Hey, fifth grade, I'm excited to get to do some work with you guys this week as we practice making inferences. So, like you guys already know, and Miss Hart has already talked about, an inference is like a guess or an idea that you make about something you're reading based off stuff that it says in the story mixed with what you already know, either from something you've already experienced or something you've already learned about. So you're able to kind of interpret or come up with your own idea about the text that's not directly stated in the story. So I'm going to demonstrate reading a book and making an inference with you guys. So this book is called Cornelius, and it's a fable by Leo Lionni. When the eggs hatched, the little crocodiles crawled out onto the river beach, but Cornelius walked out upright. As he grew taller and stronger, he rarely came down on all fours. He saw things no other crocodile had ever seen before. "I can see far beyond the bushes," he said. But the others said, "What's so good about that?" "I can see the fish from above," Cornelius said. "So what?" said the others, annoyed. And so one day Cornelius angrily decided to walk away. It was not long before he met a monkey. "I can walk upright," Cornelius said proudly, "and I can see things far away." "I can stand on my head," said the monkey, "and hang from my tail." Cornelius was amazed. "Could I learn to do that?" he asked. "Of course," replied the monkey. "All you need is a lot of hard work and a little help." Cornelius worked hard at learning the monkey's tricks, and the monkey seemed happy to help him. When he had finally learned to stand on his head and hang from his tail, Cornelius walked proudly back to the river beach. "Look," he said, "I can stand on my head." "So what?" was all the others said. "And I can hang from my tail," said Cornelius, but the others just frowned and repeated, "So what?" Disappointed and angry, Cornelius decided to go back to the monkey, but just as he had turned around, he looked back, and what did he see? There the others were, falling all over themselves, trying to stand on their heads and hang from their tails. Cornelius smiled. Life on the river beach would never be the same again. So reading this story, it makes me think of a time when I was younger, and I had a friend named Liz who at recess would play with a bunch of the guys, play soccer, and she was really, really, really good and kind of better than all the guys, and she could do things that the other guys couldn't, and instead of being excited, they were like kind of angry and mean. And then we kind of learned later on that they were actually just kind of jealous that they couldn't do what Liz could do. And so they were just kind of mean to her instead and acted like they didn't care that she was really good at soccer. And so that kind of reminds me of the crocodiles in the beginning of the story. They seem really angry and mean to Cornelius, but I think it doesn't directly say it in the text, but I think they're kind of jealous that he can walk upright and see things that they can't see and do things that they can't do. And so they don't want to say that they're jealous, so they're just mean instead. And I think we see the difference when he goes and hangs out with the monkey, and they're like excited about the different things that each other can do, and they get to learn from each other, and they go back, and I think the crocodiles are still jealous, but eventually they're excited to get to learn something new. And so it doesn't directly state it in the text, but I think that the crocodiles were jealous, and that almost kept them from learning new things, but they were able to stop being jealous and learn a new thing from Cornelius. And because this is a fable, I know that fables are supposed to teach us lessons, and so I would say the lesson of the story that isn't directly stated, but I can kind of infer, would be that we are all different, in our own ways. We all have differences and can do different things, but not only is that a good thing, because being different is good, but it's also a chance for us to learn from each other. And we all have different things we can teach each other. Like, I bet those other crocodiles had things that they could do or that they knew that they could teach Cornelius too. So I think it's important to see that we're all different, and that we can learn from each other.